Yes. Hello.
Welcome into the company, everybody. How's everybody doing? What's going on? Today is Thursday, May 26th. We're at the end of May. 10:08. A little late, my fault. No problem. We can bounce back. We can make this work.
As long as you blame yourself, we're good.
Excuse me.
As long as you blame yourself, we're good.
Yeah.
We had nothing to do with that.
Yeah. So hope everybody's doing well and everybody is being productive and whatever else you're trying to do this year. Nobody's catching monkeypox yet, so that's a
well, I mean, smallpox, was the, it's essentially monkeypox. So,
was it? Is that what that was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, before we get on before the vaccine train goes ahead and say like, oh yeah, guys, we're going to do a whole nother vaccine. It's like, you do realize smallpox, monkeypox, same thing.
No, they're not going to take it like that. I've already heard somebody say, they already got a vaccine for the monkeypox before it even was a thing. I don't know how they knew. Yeah.
And they're right.
Yo, real quick point. I ain't even trying to be funny. So people not well aware like what the CDC does?
No.
That's a no. They don't.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Got it. That's it. That's all I got. Keep going, Brian. I'm
5
sorry.
words. 5 words.
They're just apparently the CDC is just trying to take your freedoms.
No.
Okay.
5 words.
What's up?
We don't do no reading.
Reading. Got it. Got it. You right.
The great words of the Coombots from Transformers.
Hey, there's 4 degrees in this box right now. Shit, we ain't had no choice. So okay, we did some reading.
All right. Let's see. Output. I'm still trying to get my headphone thing straight. But anyway, okay, that should do it. But yeah, like I said, I hope everybody's doing well. One of y'all say something so I can make sure this is in my headphones.
Say something.
There we
In
go.
your
We are
headphones.
cooking. We cooking with gas.
So more as a solar person myself.
Yeah. I say don't give it too long, man. Gas is not gonna be a thing. We're gonna do it by conductive heat.
Man, listen, I was watching this show, The Man Who Fell to Earth. And a lot of times.
The one with Chiwetel Ejiofor?
Yeah. And I had to subscribe to Showtime because that's the only way you could watch it. But they give you a free month. So I'm watching it. I know I'm gonna cancel it. I'm gonna cancel it in a couple weeks. But they go through the whole thing about what would happen if like we actually did find like cold fusion or and found an alternative energy source. And it just made so much fucking sense. Like all these people who depend on oil would fold. And then it would just be a whole new kind of war. Like they'll never allow anything like that to happen, an alternative energy source.
You know what? I don't think to that point, I don't think you're wrong. I think what would happen is it would have to be somebody that just is like, you know what? I'm gonna release the patent for this. You just have fun with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the market is basically going to then have to be controlled by itself, right? Because it's not going to be like someone puts this resource out there. It's like, hey, you can do whatever you want with this. Make engines and conductors and batteries and stuff with all of this stuff, all this technology, and then the market's going to have to do it because because then people are going to be like, wait a minute, I don't have to like fill up on anything no more. Not going to do it. Because I mean, all right. Here's an example of how the market can control things. Now, granted, part of it is some regulation, right? But we went from halogen bulbs with filaments to fluorescent bulbs, and then basically overnight went to LED. And those bulbs last almost 20 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the market can control that. Because I even think to myself sometimes, I'm like, wait, I'm going to buy this light bulb, and pretty much it ain't going to be out of the house until, like, I don't know, if I had a kid, would be in, like, 8th grade. So I mean, I always wondered about that, right? So in and of itself, it's like the market can do this sort of thing. It's just it takes time and it takes people to allow it to happen. Because like you said, yeah, it's not gonna be an easy lift. It's not gonna be like someone's just gonna be like, oh, we got free energy. Yeah, he's gonna be like, nah, man, I like money. So
exactly. That's why that'll never be anything that's gonna be widely released. They can't. People would go broke.
Well, yeah, people, but see, I agree with you. I don't disagree with what you're saying, but I think it's going to be an element where the market's going to have to be the thing to do it, right? Because think about with EVs, right? We have a vehicle that is not powered by gasoline, right? If they see that the market is going that direction, your OEMs are going to start going that way. And then the gas companies are like, well, shoot, no one's buying our gas. We got to find a way to make it marketable. Like there's even a thing. I was watching this video and it was saying how like gas companies, natural gas companies, because when you mentioned about cooking with gas, gas companies are actually doing social media marketing campaigns to have like, you know, these Instagram cooks or whatever show that they're actually cooking with gas to be able to kind of keep that energy, you know, the persona of what gas actually can do to keep all that up.
Yeah.
So I don't think you're wrong. I absolutely don't think you're wrong. Like it's not going to be an easy lift, and it's not going to be something like overnight. We're like, oh, we're switching to this. Nope. Hands down, I agree with you.
I can't sit here and act like I don't believe that somebody at some point, with all the intelligent, brilliant people that have walked on this earth, nobody has found a way to do anything without using oil and gas. That is impossible.
Not to the level of where it can be marketed and be done in a cost-effective manner. Because I'm sure people have done it, right? But the cost of getting the parts and that sort of stuff. Because think about it, if you went back, I think like the first electric car is probably like close to almost like 50, 60 years old, right? But the actual material cost and it pretty much sucks, right? Like you can, like it ain't like a Tesla, like it ain't gonna be able to do 0 to 60 in like 3 seconds, right? Like you're talking about like this thing was a dinosaur and it was heavy, right? So it was like yeah, I mean it's cool, but a real car, a combustion car, just does it better. Yeah, and to Rob's point, that's exactly right. If it can't be mass produced, economies of scale is gonna kill it. Yeah, clean coal is like saying, I don't know,
Diet Coke. It's like saying Diet Coke. Yeah.
Like you know for a fact it's like if the purpose of you is to shave off calories, if it's like, yeah, I'm gonna get me a number 12 supersize, and I'm gonna add me, you know, a cookie with that and get a Diet Coke. It's like, I mean, you just a waste of your time.
Just let y'all know, Shiba Inu just dropped another 6%. Listen, if you are still waiting for your stocks to do anything except what they've been doing,
keep waiting.
Yeah, you might be waiting.
Just keep waiting.
Yeah, I'm glad Sosa ain't in here because he just started. Oh, as a matter of fact, yeah, I'm sorry, Sosa's on his way. He's watching. What was the movie? Top Gun.
Yeah, Top Gun Maverick.
Top Gun Maverick,
which is going to be awesome. I'll probably go see that in the theater.
I'm going to see it tomorrow.
I'm going to see it at like 1:30 in the afternoon. When I know nobody's in there. It's going to be me and the people who work in there that get a chance.
You say that now, but I don't know, man. You might have a little bit of a crowd for this one.
Real quick question: did it come out Tuesday? Like I saw a bunch.
So they did like an early screening on Tuesday.
Oh, it was packed at the theater over here.
Yeah, they did like
I was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on, and it was packed.
Yeah, they did like a random early screening on Tuesday. I thought about going to see it then, but it was like, no.
Okay, I figured that's what it was because I didn't know any other movie coming out.
Yeah, Top Gun Maverick.
How many times was it pushed back? Like 2 or 3 times?
Shoot, dude, like it was supposed to come out summer 2020.
Right.
Yeah. And that's the same movie. Yeah, Bourbon Club 2020, 2091. Yeah. And that's the same one that he went fool and started yelling at everybody on, isn't it?
I think it was Mission Impossible.
Yeah, Mission Impossible.
Oh, that was Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Still not a big fan of the Mission Impossible movies. It's not what I want in a spy movie.
Hold on. There we go.
I know.
I knew it was coming.
I watched a couple of them, but that's the one with Cavill. Was that the one with
Henry Cavill? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That
Superman.
was an fight. That was a dope.
Reloading his arms. Yes.
Exactly. Like, and then he had a mustache, which didn't help because it made him look like one of those 1930s dudes.
Mm-hmm. Like he was about to go and get into fisticuffs.
It's what we eat for breakfast. Family Guy scene.
Is going on?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Let's see, and this is true too.
Oh.
Tom Cruise has not aged. Kelly McGillis looks like a high school teacher.
A high school teacher's grandmother.
Yeah, she
me mom.
And I can't even say time has not been good to her because she's fucking 60. How are you supposed to look when you're 60?
Angela Bassett.
That's different.
Yeah, but you asked.
That's different. That's Angela.
I know. She's 60 though.
Yeah.
I know, but we know.
All right, guys. So we would be failing as speakers on this podcast if we didn't address what was going on, what has been going on the last few days. So there was a mass shooting. This didn't happen when we did our last show, correct? Like this has been since we did our show.
This happened what, Monday or Tuesday?
Mm-hmm. Now is this the grocery store or Buffalo? I mean, the grocery
Buffalo
store
is the grocery store.
Yeah, Buffalo.
That happened. We talked about that last week.
Yeah, we did. We talked about Texas now.
Yeah, so Texas. A guy went into Texas, closed himself up in one of the rooms at an elementary school and shot up as many people as he could. The count that last time I saw the count was 21, counting 2 teachers and the rest were students. And as disheartening as it is, it's turned into a political point. You know, guns, no guns, what we should be doing, what we shouldn't be doing, but it's just disheartening, and we have to speak on it. And I hate saying thoughts and prayers because that is such a I don't care statement to me. It's kind of like you're just saying it just to be a part of something, and then you just kind of forget about it after that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll let y'all talk on it because I know this is something that y'all want to talk about. So if y'all wanted to go ahead and say your words, whatever you got to say, we can go from there. Izzo?
Oh, me? Not gonna lie to you, man. It's actually weighed heavy on me, even though I don't have kids or anything. Normally, I'm just gonna be, I don't want to sound bad, but I compartmentalize a lot of things in my life. I kind of just put it there, put it away, and not think about it. But I'm not gonna lie, man. I've been thinking about this one a lot, because, and it's not necessarily just the kids, but that does play a huge part. But it's the fact that, unfortunately, I know what's going to happen. It's like the news cycle is going to sweep it over. We're going to talk about it. We'll sensationalize. We'll be on to the next thing. But the problem is, man, it has to change. It has to change. And it's not necessarily just the politicians. It got to change with us. A lot of things we find fun in aren't the things necessarily, like, I don't understand we find fun in. Like, I understand the purpose of guns. I understand the purpose of handguns. Wouldn't mind owning one. I'm not a current owner now. But at the same time, I will not for the life of me understand the reason for you to own a semi-automatic weapon and find fun in it. But hey, that's your thing. I guess it's your right to own one, but I don't think so. I think only people, aka like first responder type people, maybe can, and people in the military. Everybody else, eat a dick. I don't think you deserve to have your hands on it. But at the end of the day, and I'm going to keep pounding this into the pavement, and we could talk about other nuances of it, but this is just my initial reaction. If you don't think this is a reason for you to vote at your local level, at your state level, at the federal level, I really don't have much to say to you. I'm going to keep it a stack. I'm going to be as blunt as I can. I have much to say to you. I don't want to hear what are we voting for, but the what are we voting for, the reason, or they're the reason why we have the issues we have, because they don't show up. And the people who show up, who are adamant about these people that want to keep guns around and things like that going and suppress women's uteruses, keep flourishing because people don't show up to vote. So just think about that come November, actually come in South Carolina, come June when we have primaries. Think about all those things, because it could happen anywhere. And don't think like, oh, it will never happen here. You might be lucky enough it could happen anywhere. So that's all I got to say.
Brian, why'd you put that?
What?
I didn't even look down there. I was yeah.
All right. Rich, what you got?
Doors.
Oh, Ted Cruz.
And
that's all I can say.
I think at this point it's the audacity of someone to actually make a technical argument about a security issue when clearly there is more to it than just that. I don't know. I'm just at the point where, to what Izzo is saying, we just got to, and I'm just going to be honest with you. I think it's not even just people in the GOP, right?
Oh, it's not. That's why I didn't say aside, by the way.
It's not. And I think, to be perfectly honest with you, I think we need to look at both sides, right? Because the reality of it is that if your politician isn't doing their job or advancing things in a way that is for the benefit of the whole, they need to go. I don't care what side you're on. Like, you just need to, it's like, all right, you've sat in this seat long enough. You have no results that show that you're advancing anything for the betterment of people. Some of these politicians have literally been in office since Sandy Hook, and nothing has changed. So to get to this point, and the argument, and like as I was saying, it's going to get swept under the rug, unfortunately, and it's going to be we're on to some new thing or whatever. But it gets sensationalized because then it becomes an argument about a tool, right? And I get it. The argument is for the tool. Doesn't hurt anybody because I didn't
mean to I didn't know that what Marcus put. I did not know that.
We don't really pay attention to what Lindsay says.
You know what? And
sorry, Rich.
No, you're fine. It's just the argument is that this is a tool, right? It is a thing that if it is literally sitting on the corner somewhere, it doesn't have any sort of impact until a person picks it up. That much is true. The thing I don't understand though is that whenever people talk about a tool, a screwdriver is a tool. An axe is a tool, a hatchet. Let me say, the thing is though, is that the literal reason why that weapon, that thing exists is to inflict harm on a thing. Yes, sure. Maybe it might have a dual purpose of, I don't know, target practice, right? But the gun is literally the advanced form of a bow and arrow.
Like it is two unalive things.
Right. It is to inflict harm on a thing. Right. I mean, and if we even get to the fact that we start looking at different types of weapons, right? Like, you don't have armor piercing rounds just to be like, let me see how this shit goes through a couple sheets of metal. Like, that's not at all how this works. So I think that we are at this place where it's like, let's just take a look at, I don't know how people get these things, because maybe there is some truth to a politician saying, you know what, it may not have stopped said incident from happening. But I also think that most of us on a daily basis wield 3,500 pounds at 70 miles per hour, right? At some point within a week. And you have to have a license to operate said thing. You carry insurance to have that thing. I'm not saying I feel comfortable because I am a gun owner. I'm not saying that I'd feel comfortable paying insurance every month for that, but some sort of way to actually make sure you are either proficient at a weapon. But I think also something which is interesting, because we talk about passing laws, I forgot what state was it. Was it Tennessee that passed a law that if you kill somebody for a DUI, that you actually have to pay child support?
I'd like to say it is, but I do remember that is a thing.
So why can't that happen with something like this? Like it seems like I don't know. There are ways to try to at least address the issue, but right now it seems like, well, I'm going to lose money if I have a stance. If I have a stance, you don't have to even pass a law. If I have a stance, it's going to potentially remove my power.
Okay, so you asked about the child support thing, and Nick, you next. I'm just going to interject this real quick. This is actually us. A South Carolina bill would require DUI suspects to pay child support if parent dies in a crash. A new South Carolina bill could impose stiffer penalties on people driving under the influence. HR 5299 would require people convicted of DUI to pay child support if a parent or legal guardian dies. So that's actually us. That may happen.
We haven't passed. There's another state that actually passed it. That actually passed the law. We might be another one that's actually going to
Tennessee.
Oh, it was Tennessee, right?
Yeah, Tennessee.
So again, it's like you don't even have to pass the law. Just have a position about it and being willing to at least address the issue. Because, and speaking of Ted Cruz again, who's the one politician who I will have no respect for, because at some point, if someone calls your wife ugly and you just still slobbing on their nuts, I'm sorry. There's just no way I could be like, this is cool, right? So, but anyway, thing that I will say is that
what do the girls say? It's the but anyway for me. That's
right.
What for me. I like how he said, but anyway, with his bitch ass. That's what I heard Rich say. Pretty much.
But the thing is, he was approached by a European journalist today, and basically got asked like, "Hey, why is this a problem that is unique in America? Because nobody else really has these things. Like we've had two in the same month. This ain't normal, or this isn't normal, or it shouldn't be, but it's becoming that way, and that's a problem. So it's like you want to say like, we should vote these people out and stuff, but it's like, I think there has to be an honest look at what we as the people want, because if we're okay with this is going to continue, and if we're okay with the people that are in power and looking at a situation like this, it's going to continue.
Yeah.
And I think that at some point we have to look at ourselves and be like, look, what are the things that are really important? And just the last thing I'm going to say about this, at least at the moment, is I'm very interested to see how like literally our pro-life crowd is responding to this, because if it's all about the children, right? These type of incidents shouldn't happen at a school, and this is where they go for a place to learn and a place to be able to become the adults that we say that we have so much potential that's there and available for them. Okay, if you're pro-life, then this is a time to act on that shit.
Wait a minute now. You talking about pro-life talk now. You talking about stopping the abortion. Ain't nobody talking about taking away my gun.
I don't care. I don't. I really don't. And I mean, I think the argument for carrying a weapon, sure, it's the argument is that, hey, criminals are going to have easier access to get them. Okay, then there's a way to make penalties for stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
We can solve this problem. It's just that, just to be honest, too chicken shit to do anything about it. That's it.
Yeah. Nick, what you got, man?
I agree with what's been said already. I mean, local elections matter. People really don't care. This will go away in a few weeks. I don't know. It's, as y'all know, I have young kids. I got an elementary school child. He just graduated from kindergarten. And when I took him to school yesterday, my thought was just like, there were parents that took their child to school, not knowing that they would not see their child again.
Right.
And it just, that just, obviously, like Sandy Hook was bad and all the other ones. This is the first one I've really kind of had to deal with as a parent. And so it just makes you angry. I don't know. I don't have much words for this, to be honest. Again, y'all have already said it enough for me eloquently with these idiots that we have in the office. I don't know. I wish I had more to really add to it.
I
But
you.
it just,
I got you.
it put me down. It put me. I was in bad spirits yesterday.
Man, you got to think about it, man. I mean, like, and I don't want to paint a horrible picture for people, but you have to think about it. Like, people lose kids every day,
Right.
you know. You lose your kids in accidents. You lose your kids from doing things like eating things they're not supposed to be eating, and you know the allergies take over. You lose your kids to sickness and diseases. But to know that your child's last moments were fear because something that shouldn't have happened.
Exactly.
Like these kids passed away through no fault of their own. There's no natural fault, no act of God. This is just somebody coming into a school where they had no business and doing something that they had no business and killing multiple kids. And we were talking about it before the show that there were 4 kids that were under a table with a mat. No, not a mat, a blanket over the table to where they just weren't seen. That kind of thing. My nephew is 10, my niece is 8, and like they got their whole lives ahead of them. And as long as nobody just decides to do anything stupid. But then where does that happen? School is supposed to be a safe place. Home is supposed to be a safe place. Fucking a grocery store is supposed to be a safe place.
So
a church is supposed to be a safe place. You kind of want to just wrap everybody in bubble wrap, but that's not realistic.
Right.
It's not realistic.
It's not. Yep.
So I mean, this here should hit people differently. And I know Sandy Hook happened. And people were like, "Oh, that'll never happen again. Let's just hire more resource officers. That'll never happen." The church thing happens. Oh, that'll never happen again. Just have somebody in church with a gun. That'll never happen again. All these things happen, and we kind of just throw it to the side to where, okay, we put these safe things in place, so these things will never happen again, and they do. And I think people are torn between, at this point, because I heard after the grocery store thing happened, I think I was listening because I have to listen to everybody just to see where everybody's view.
Oh yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
So
of course
they said they brought up the grocery store, but then they got to Chicago. So it was like, yeah, this happened, but Chicago, there was 82 deaths. So it's like,
and I want to break it down to like, you don't think you don't play a part in that either? So why Chicago's like that? Yeah, good segue.
Yeah,
but there are. I think that people are torn too between the people who own guns illegally and do crimes and the people who buy guns legally and a crime happens with their gun. Who's the bad person? So, I mean, as long as you do it legally and you follow the rules, then if you kill somebody, it's not your fault. You were just one of the bad guys. But if you a nigga and you buy a gun out of trunk and you kill somebody, all them people with guns got to go. Every single one of them.
Oh, you sound like you're talking about California in the late 1960s with the Black Panthers marching guns in front of the State House.
Which is the reason gun permits are a thing.
Yes, I wish people would be enlightened by a lot of these things that they think just happen. No, a lot of stuff happens because of Black people. Marijuana, stuff like that. The reason it's outlawed because they thought black people would fuck white women.
What is that?
Gun control. in
It is.
California.
It's the absolute truth.
When it wasn't
It's
even
so
the weed,
much.
it was being an NFL player that made us fuck white women.
Wait, hold on a
Right.
second. Wait a minute. There we go.
I definitely needed a laugh because my head has just been fuming.
Yeah,
over here.
yeah, I
'Cause
guess
I
so.
still got a lot to say, but I want Sosa to go whenever he's ready. then I can
Professional
talk.
sports that gave us that, Tiger.
I got you. I got you.
Even Sosa turned his thing off. He just came in.
Sosa might be knowing we're gonna pick on the ice hitting his glass that I kept hearing.
Getting ready. Getting ready. And that you know, the more he does it, the more professional it sounds. I used to like that noise, that cling, 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 cling. We got to buy Sosa a brown leather chair to sit in his house with. So I'm getting you a smoking jacket.
And a smoking jacket.
Yeah, exactly, a smoking jacket. But Sosa, what we were doing, we were talking about the elementary school shooting in Texas. Sosa, let's go to home team tomorrow. They
I'm
don't
down.
never invite me. I don't never get invited to home
Wait,
team.
I can't go tomorrow. I can't. Shout out to our youngest. She's going from 8th grade to high
Ninth
school.
grade? Know your
Ninth
numbers? Know your numbers?
Algebra threw me off.
Nigga, ain't no letters in that.
Wait, well, Smokey Black on the cigarette case.
This one that
Oh yeah, he need one of those silver cigarette cases that you open that have like the Newport 100s in it. The
There we
Cadillac.
go.
Yeah.
I'll put that right back. Never mind. I was here for a little bit.
But yeah,
I got you.
shout out to Asia. We expect big things from her. So that was quick. But that's why I can't go to home team. But did we talk about Chicago yet? What about Chicago? Did we do
No,
that?
we don't need to.
No, we were
No,
just
no,
saying.
they did that. They
Yeah,
did
we were
that.
just saying how did he divert from it. You don't have to bring that up
No,
because
but
we know
we
it's
were
a
talking
moot
about
point.
how we felt or what we think about the elementary school shooting, or our feelings, our opinions on what happened out there. What we could do. Like my ultimate question after you answer yours is what can be done, if anything.
Oh, I
Because
got
it's
a lot
one
to
thing
say.
to point out a problem. It's a whole nother
Right.
thing to have a solution.
Yes.
But go ahead, Sosa. I'm sorry.
To me, the narrative needs to change. That they're talking about. It's not banning guns. It's controlling.
R.I.P. Eddie Guerrero.
He spelled that completely wrong, but
Man,
we're gonna let it go.
Oh,
I know it's okay. It's okay. But we knew what it was. R.I.P. to a real one.
Go ahead, Sosa. I'm sorry.
change the narrative that they're trying to take your guns away. They're not trying to. If you don't have mental health issues, if you're not a criminal, if you're not whatever, well, I mean, why don't you want to take a background check? Like,
Very good point. So we did not bring that up.
Here's the funny thing. Trump is going to be at the NRA conference.
Oh yeah, in
Houston,
Texas.
in Texas, and they're banning guns from the building. Where's the outrage?
Oh no.
None of this is
shit.
funny, but that's fucking hilarious. So
So
why
the
can't they have
NRA
guns?
is banning it from the building because Orange Boy's talking.
Nah, they should be able to bring it. That's all. I'm believing.
So wait a minute. The NRA themselves are saying no guns?
Well,
Right.
you know you can't because he's
No.
a former president,
I
so you
mean,
really
yeah.
can't.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? He can't.
but they're
Even
not.
though-
But they're not. But you know, if something like that was to happen with anybody else, they'd be like, "Well, you can't speak with us then. Like, you can't speak for us. Like, you can't come to speak to us. You know, whatever."
But the orange
Oh.
Kool-Aid man is different.
But right, you know,
Of course.
Sorry, he's fat as shit now. But
I have no idea why he is still a thing. But I'm sorry, Sosa. We can talk about that after you finish your point. Go ahead.
oh, yeah,
Kardashians are a thing.
that was
so
it. It just-
all makes sense.
just take the narrative away. Like, they keep saying they're trying to take our gun. No, we're not, because they're not going to take my guns away. I'm good. You know what I mean?
Right. Mhm.
But there are some people that don't need to be having fucking guns.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. I don't think
y'all
y'all saw the video of the guy who was fucking with his neighbors, right? His white guy who was fucking with his neighbors. So the neighbor and his wife walked down to his house to confront him about it. Oh, you know what? You know what happened?
Was it a little kid?
I
The boy's
seen it.
kid. The boy's
Yeah.
kid went to their house and took a whip and started whipping the door.
Oh yeah, I saw
And then the
that.
black guy went to that guy's house, and the
Went to
guy
the guy's
pops out with a
house.
gun.
So the guy pops out with a gun. I'm like, that's not even necessary. They're here to talk about your kid and his actions. So he pops out with the gun, comes outside, puts the gun down so they can't film him with the gun, but reaches down to pick it up and the gun goes off. This is why.
I didn't know that part.
Oh.
Yeah. So the husband, the man is in jail. Your daddy is in jail because you were stupid and he was stupid at the same time.
Real quick, but
I just say more like racist.
Why is it going off? That means you just have a gun and you do not know how to handle the gun, or
It was loaded.
when you in your feelings and you're just mad, you don't need to handle a gun. But that's the thing with the mental health issue, man.
Yeah.
But I'll talk about it after this. Sorry.
It's called racism.
There's a lot of questions that should be on the I'm getting a gun today chart. Like, what are you afraid of? And if what you're afraid of, if you put on that line,
a flow chart.
Yeah. If you put black people on that line, you can't get a gun.
Oh, it always goes back to niggas not getting a gun.
We are everywhere. We are literally everywhere, and we ain't going nowhere.
One,
I know I ain't.
if I can interject more real quick, one thing that
This
should
is
not
your floor right now. Sorry, we
I'm
interject.
sorry. One thing that should not be an option is giving teachers guns to take to school.
Mm-hmm.
That's not an option. That should not
Hold on a
be.
second. Sosa, you're telling me that you think that arming somebody who has, all the other things to do, but arming someone in a high stress situation who is not going to be prepared to handle said high stress shouldn't have a weapon or should have a weapon.
My 7th grade teacher would have pulled a gun out on me, that bitch ass, punk ass, Miss Dominic, ugly ass, Arkansas bitch. I can't stand that hoe. But she would have pulled a gun out on me.
Sipping on some scissor. That's all I heard just now.
Yo, drunk ass, poor ass, pimp ass, punk ass, bitch ass.
That's all I heard just now.
Okay.
I'm just saying,
but yeah,
she
you're
would
right.
pull a gun.
Sosa, you were exactly right.
I think that's probably the one reason why I'm like, yeah, nah. Mm-mm.
You're right. That's
I don't.
exactly right.
And then that's the other thing. It's like, what you just gonna have it like just chilling in the teacher's supply closet? Like,
No, they'd have to have it in the, they'd have to have it in the room with them.
you have to have it in a room. It has to be close by. What are you gonna like? I just
Thank you, Brian, for putting that up.
And let's go.
I'm not mad at Miss Lippincott for anything at this point. But Sosa's
name
mad
was
at
Lip.
whoever.
Was your teacher named Lip on Cox?
What?
That is not what I
If
said.
that wasn't a joke, if y'all never said that to her, y'all wasted an opportunity. God damn it, she could have taught at Darlington.
Nigga, I was like 7 and 8. Why would I think about
Still,
that?
hello, Miss Lip on Cox.
Fam, this was
Rude.
1990-91. Relax,
Rude.
bro. Relax.
Uncouth.
Major Dad was on TV, for goodness sake.
Oh,
Relax.
I love that show.
Major
Oh my
Dad.
God. Why?
Hey, real quick, y'all don't remember the teacher in Utah that the gun went off in the class?
Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
This was
forgot
right.
about that.
This
I
was right
don't
after
remember that one.
Parkland.
Refresh my memory.
It was right after, I think it was Parkland, Florida, and it was the push to to certify teachers, yada yada, and
Oh shit, I
the
do
gun
remember that now.
either went off in her class or
Oh.
she shot herself in the leg. I don't remember,
Mhm.
but it went off in front of the kids.
Well, there was another one where they were doing like a career day or something, and a cop was showing the kids his
Yeah,
gun.
the DEA.
And it was a guy with locks.
Yeah, the DEA.
I remember that. And
Oh,
was
he
putting
shot
his-
himself in the leg, didn't he?
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
He shot himself in the leg, putting it back in the holster.
But
Right.
let's think about this. Like, if we arm teachers. Izzo, you frozen? Oh, okay. You was just
He was
still. You
in
weren't
deep
blinking or
thought.
nothing. But okay, let's say we arm teachers, okay? Everything that has to go along with that. We're gonna need teachers with certification. We're gonna need teachers with mental evaluations. We're gonna need teachers who are willing to pull that gun out if something happens. Most of all, you're gonna need to raise teachers' pay, because you're not going to pay me what teachers make now to take a job that requires a gun.
That ain't happening.
And then, I mean, and just to get into the nuts and bolts of it, like, honestly, then you have to pay for the weapon,
Yeah.
pay for
Insurance.
pay for the insurance, pay for the ammo, because ammo's not cheap.
Yeah.
And then
Nah,
in the
actually,
process
no.
of getting certified, that is another thing that they're going to have to do on a regular basis, be proficient at said weapon.
Now, all of this is going to have to be paid for by the district.
Right.
Yeah.
So that means everybody's tax is going up.
Right.
Yeah.
Inflation. Shut the fuck up.
So that answer is not a good one. Arm the teachers. That's not a
No.
good one.
It's not. Professionals shoot themselves all the goddamn time. Imagine a fucking teacher. It's nap time.
Race car drivers crash all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
You just
Sorry,
made a
man.
great point, Sosa. Everybody,
The problem is going to have to be taken care of at the purchase.
Oh, and do not lock the back fucking door. Ted Cruz, stupid ass.
Oh yeah, what he
I'm
said.
sure-
Yeah,
I'm sure we can comb through the budget and cut some bullshit. That
yeah. A lot of these.
no, they gonna cut Jim.
A lot of these. No. We just talking about like on a city or a county
That's
level. A
not
lot of
just the
these damn contracts that go out to people they do nothing but move dirt. Yeah, cut
Yeah.
that shit.
Damn it, Rob.
Nick just sitting there like, I don't chase ambulances. What is Rob talking about?
Ambulances chase me.
Oh, you didn't see what Rob said?
No, he's
Hold on, here we go.
Nick is sleeping.
He can stop chasing ambulances. So yeah, it would have to. The problem would have to be taken care of at the purchase. I mean, and to be honest with you, a license that you have to renew, insurance that you have to renew every month wouldn't be a bad idea. Where's your gun insurance? And then after that, you know, your kid does something stupid. If your kid gets on some kind of list, if he has ties to certain organizations, your gun rights are restricted. I don't have a problem with that either. Because most of these things that happen are kids getting their parents' guns.
Yeah. And
The
that
boy
and that
who
to me-
drove all the way down to the protest and shot those people, that was his parents' guns.
Who you talking about?
Rittenhouse.
Rickenbacker?
Rick
Rittenberg?
and shit. Yeah.
Rittenhouse.
Bitch ass, pussy ass.
Punk
Fancy
ass, bitch ass, po ass, pimp ass, hoe ass. But yeah, those things have to be attacked at the base. Rob says, "How about let's see doors with locks and a resource officer in every school?"
Yep, but that's why they fired Morgan Freeman's character and fucking Lean on Me.
Mm-hmm. And imagine you're a teacher and you lock your door when your kids get in every day. That's going to be an issue with parents off the rip.
Right.
Because I know my teachers left their doors open anyway, so they could go in and out, and other teachers could come in, and we could leave when we needed to. The only time she closed the doors was during testing.
Here's
And you close the door.
the thing that's killing me though.
Oh yeah, that happened. Did we can talk about that too? 7th
Yeah,
grader with a gun.
is that what you mentioned earlier, Brian?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Not
Okay.
from the outside, not from the outside, not the inside.
Oh yeah, of course. But yeah, I get what you're saying, Rob.
Mhm.
But of course that means we got more officers, and that, you know, where's that money gonna come from? It's gonna come from us. Well, you know, taxes are already higher than draft pussy. So
Yeah, and I heard the whole thing with the whole hiring more resource officers. Like, where are you getting these officers from?
thank you, Marcus. What Marcus just said.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that happened when I was in school too.
Like-
Knives, guns, I
Okay,
just
man,
forgot.
this is
I
not
mean-
new. When I was
That's
in middle
true.
school, a cat brought a loaded gun to school. That was 25 years ago. Yeah,
mean,
it happened. I mean, this has been happening.
No,
Yeah.
I bought guns to school. What the fuck,
Sosa,
man?
shut up.
Sosa.
Shut up,
Sosa.
Sosa.
I'm gonna be unemployed. It's
God damn it.
God
1,
damn it,
2,
Sosa.
3, 4, 5.
Shut the fuck up, Sosa. God damn it.
statute of limitations, man.
There's
No,
no
it's not.
limitations of crime.
I didn't use it in school.
God.
Oh shit.
You stupid.
2,
Ugh.
3, 4.
Oh shit. Superintendents that make 250,000 a year. And there you go. And see, and I know a lot of people don't understand this. Like when
Oh.
superintendents get hired, they make a shit ton of money.
Mark has been
So-
talking that shit for years now.
Boy, when your kids go to a school that got holes in the floor and they don't have the right books, or it's cold because the AC broke down, you got to remember there's a superintendent making 6 figures.
Damn.
6 figures to
And they
do
fight.
nothing.
What's funny is that superintendent here used to be my administrator when I was at Spring Valley.
Mhm. Oh, you talking about the
Sure
one that
was.
was yeah.
The
Yeah.
one in Fairfield County was my administrator my freshman year. It's weird how
Mhm.
that happened.
Now, what Mark brought up, the boy who brought the gun to the 7th grade I had
Mhm.
I can't say the school because we might get sued.
What's
for some
this?
shit.
Why
Say
would we
it.
get sued? It's just news.
I don't know. Sandlapper. Oh yeah, it was in the news. Sandlapper Elementary School. So the little kid brought the gun to school. Like this is, and it made national news. So this is the worst time for him to have done that because an example is going to have to be made.
And was that the 2nd grader?
7th grade.
So there was a 2nd grader who got caught with a gun
When was that?
yesterday.
Why is your camera off?
Because I'm freezing. I don't know. I must be using AOL right now. My internet's like
Yeah,
the
we
video
know.
on everybody's free lagging.
Good
Use a
job,
Lycos.
Sosa. Don't say the
Lycos.
truth, Sosa. Good job. Good job. You're learning.
All right, marvelous. Predaking says,
Probably not.
Hey, look, I got a gun pulled on me on the school bus, and the bus driver did nothing. Still to this day, I wish the dude got killed, but he's still living.
Hit me up offline. I'm just
Shut
playing.
up, Sosa.
That was when he was in school.
I mean, he's still mad about it.
But it's just there's no
Dopey.
answer. There is
Alonzo
really no
Mourning
answer to gun control. I honestly think that it has to start with the purchase. I honestly think that there needs to be gun insurance you have to have every month. It has to be something that you're aware of. Like you have to be aware that you have a gun. Because there are people who will buy a gun and put it in the top closet and forget about that shit.
I
And then
don't
when
know.
something pop off, they're not really proficient,
Exactly.
and
When
they're
the
making
kid
rash
finds the
decisions
gun-
and they're nervous. Yeah.
When the kid finds the gun, they ain't even thinking about it because they hadn't put an eye on the gun in so long. If I got to pay insurance or something every month, I know exactly where it is.
Oh yeah.
I know it's locked up. I know it's secure. I know it's in my possession.
So you make
That's
you
not a
make
bad
sure-
idea, man. I mean, they're gonna be mad. The gun company's gonna be mad about it, but what the fuck, man?
Geico gonna be happy as shit though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Geico gun insurance. Molly
Steve.
Spearman makes over 100,000, and we still 48th in education.
Brother King, that psych test, whatever psych test they'll put out will be a bullshit test. Because a good friend of mine in 96 failed his psych test, but he passed it 2 years later. He's still fucking crazy, but you still made him a cop. And I love the guy, but this motherfucker, like he's a little off. He's CTE and all that shit. So
here's my thing. I keep going back to the gun insurance because this is actually a good fucking idea, I think.
it's a great idea.
So you have insurance on your car, right?
Mhm.
And when you fill out your insurance, they say who's going to be driving the car. You be like, me. I'm the only driver. Your friend comes over. You know your friend is a wild card. You know he does some dumb shit and asks to borrow your car.
wild card.
You know, are you letting him borrow your car? He's not on your insurance. No.
You just pay
No.
for the Uber. Call
So-
it a day.
If I got a gun in my house and I know somebody's in my house that's not supposed to be handling guns, or there's somebody come over, they're not getting anywhere near this gun. As a matter of fact, when they come over, I'm moving it. I think that will force a little more responsibility if it's something that we have to pay on every month. Where the money goes, I don't give a shit. I mean, we already pay taxes and everything on way too much now. Gas is fucking $6 a gallon.
Where's
So-
gas? Not in South Carolina, is it?
Nah, it's not. I'm being
Okay, I was about to say. I was like, whoa.
it's
Nah, it's like
420.
about
420.
413 over here.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
I missed what Rob was talking about.
I don't see. He said, thank God for Mississippi and Arkansas.
No, or
Arkansas.
Sosa comes over.
Oh, it's about me moving my gun.
I got my.
I honestly think that is something that might help, and I'm gonna talk to a few people I know that's in the state house about it too, because I think that would help. Make me aware and constantly aware that I have a gun to pay for every month.
But then you have to have some sort of stipulation if you don't acknowledge that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, of course, but
Like,
that was the issue with Sandy Hook. They was like, I don't know how he got my gun. Well, fuck, because the kid was crazy and went and grabbed his parents' gun and shot up. You know.
Yeah,
but then, but I guess that's the thing, right? If you made somebody financially responsible for an incident on your weapon, you are more than likely willing to make sure that no one else gets their hands on it.
That's a good point.
Because it's the same. It's honestly, it's the same, you know, and I'm not trying to say like insurance in the truest sense is the answer. But I do think if there was like some sort of financial responsibility, let's say, for example, because that's if you, so, you know, to get into my, I mean, he's also right in there too. But when you have insurance on a vehicle, right? Like there's actually in the state of South Carolina, I can speak on the South Carolina side of things. You have financial responsibility that's associated with you having that vehicle, right? So if you get in a crash, it's like, oh, you're the person who's responsible for this incident. You will now pay, or your insurance company will pay money to make sure that that other person's, the other person's vehicle gets taken care of. If we started doing that on this side of things, I think
it would. I'm not saying it's going to solve all gun crime. But
could you imagine that if and I know this is not trying to make light of it, but in all seriousness, if somebody got popped by a weapon you own and there was like an actual tangible cost to it, that might change. That may actually change things.
Absolutely. You get caught with a gun that has no insurance on it, just like you get caught driving without a car with no insurance, jail.
See, well, you might just get a ticket though. Actually, you might.
Yeah, I'll say you. I say I don't think you.
You just get a ticket.
And I would say in all honesty, that's why I'm thinking to myself.
I went to fucking jail. I don't know what.
Sorry, I laughed at that comment.
Like I'm not sure about. Again, I'm not on the side of like paying some monthly fee, but
I'm sorry.
No, it's not.
What's Timberland?
Timberland. Timberland.
But yeah,
get funky with it.
Yeah, if we found a way to make it where you were financially responsible for an incident, oh yeah, you know, and not have to be like this long drawn out civil thing that's associated with it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it'd just be like, you know, in the event of this incident, this is automatically going to be this cost. Period.
I mean, to be honest with you, the problem is because with everything dealing with weapons is just so fucking free right now. Like I'm not saying that there needs to be a whole lot of regulations and
right. I know what you're saying. Yeah,
but it's just too fucking willy-nilly. This is why things happen. There has to be some sort of financial hit or something when you're not responsible with the guns that you have. And these parents that have these kids that get their guns and go out and commit crimes, you're not being fucking responsible. You're not. I mean, there's more fear for driving drunk or leaving the house drunk than it is with having a fucking weapon that can kill more people than you need to in the night.
That's true, because I don't worry about.
See, and that's but you know why? Because either you will get hard time or you're going to spend a lot of money. And there's two things that scare people into action: loss of life and loss of finance.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
to piggyback off that too, like in South Carolina, the gun laws ain't nothing.
Oh no.
No.
Like for example, if you get charged, convicted for possession of drugs, the first time you get so much time. The next time it's a second offense, enhances. And the third one enhances. There's no enhancement for guns.
Oh, really?
So if you're guilty of unlawful possession of a gun or unlawful carry, it's a 1-year misdemeanor. If you get it again, it's just another 1-year misdemeanor. There's no enhancing penalties. So
That's crazy.
Jesus. Yeah. That's crazy. And there's no fear. I'm not scared of that. Nobody's scared of that. Especially if you've already done time. Well, I do a year? Fuck that. I could do that with my head standing on my head.
But seriously, that's the case. And a lot of times you're not even gonna do a year.
Mm-hmm.
You might not even go to prison.
Yeah.
Get
gotta
that
wear a
little
bracelet
PCI
on.
going.
Didn't somebody, like, I would say, oh, home house arrest is the thing because I got to wear this bracelet. But didn't somebody just commit a crime with a bracelet on their leg recently?
Yeah, that's Marcus.
Oh,
Hold on. There we go.
God damn it.
oh.
Oh, I said that loud. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
you did. That was loud.
Chill out, man.
Y'all are
Chill out.
wild.
Marcus got a top-notch attorney in his pocket. He followed her on Facebook.
Oh, you're right. My bad. Let me be quiet.
I'm a,
Yeah,
My bad, Social.
She
You're right.
do her law work in all the area codes.
Yeah.
And all the area codes.
hey, hey, Marcus can't go. He can't feel bad about that one.
Mm,
He's got the
mm.
code.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah.
Go ahead. Get your lawyer friend.
I just think that the best thing to do is, like you said, hit them in the pockets. Anybody will stop doing anything they ain't got no business doing once you start hitting them in them pockets.
You know, that's funny you say that. The one kid that shot up
The
a
fuck,
school.
Rob? What the hell you shooting hoops at?
I
Where's
was
your
shooting
son?
hoops the other day with 3 dudes.
Rob
who
was
had
at
ankle
MLK Park.
bracelets.
Oh, yeah,
Five
no,
points.
no.
What you playing with? He was
You know
either
what
at
I'm saying?
MLK
Yeah, Rob.
Park or he was with a bunch of well-to-do guys.
I was about
No,
to
I
say,
think-
Rob, I know you don't work far from there. Is that where you
Hey,
were, Rob?
I
Hey,
think
Brian, put
I think
Marcus
Rob
next
was
thing.
going to mentor.
Mm-hmm. For real. Is that where you were?
She's
You
in
don't venture
Tennessee
down
right
that
now.
area
Chill
past
out.
dark, dog. It's scary as shit.
Well, I
This
can
ain't
say
Freedom
shit.
Riders, motherfucker.
Oh wow. That
Wait a minute.
Oh my god.
This is why we can't have nice
This
things.
chick should fly for free all the time if that's the
I
case.
mean,
stop
for real.
it. Stop it now.
Or the
Stop
engine in her car has fell the fuck out.
Jesus
One of the other.
Christ, man.
Stop it. Y'all stop it. Be nice.
You know she getting flued out.
I hope she got the powertrain warranty. That's all I got to say.
Stop it.
That
Stop
Stop
it.
ain't got no powertrain.
Whoa, hold on a second.
What'd you just say?
But I said
No,
that
no,
Chris
no,
ain't
no,
got
no, 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 no,
powertrain.
no, 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 no.
Oh, it's too late. I repeated it.
I didn't hear it till now. I'm sorry I asked that.
That's like
But
going to
there
Texas
was a
and
crime committed by some guy recently, and I was trying to Google it, but I can't. But I think he kidnapped a young lady, and did a whole bunch of foul shit to her, and he still had his ankle bracelet on. So I mean,
What?
that's not a deterrent.
But they
An ankle bracelet is not a deterrent.
I know I sound so terrible, but I wonder like how come they have not made those into shot collars yet?
I have no idea.
Ooh,
Oh, there's
because-
human rights. He's the human
Yeah,
rights.
I
right.
know.
man.
I'm just
Right.
I'm just thinking
Yeah.
like I'm surprised that hasn't.
you know.
Someone has had to at least said it in a meeting.
Oh,
It was
they
like, you know
said
what?
it.
That's a bad idea, guys.
And
He lost
yeah,
his job immediately. He's like, "What if they shock them?"
I mean, that's
Sir,
like
leave, Brian, leave. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
just saying, I'm trying to help.
that's like Trump saying, "Well, why don't we shoot missiles over at the cartels?" It's not. It's, no, sir. That's not a good idea.
Why don't we shoot stuff into the hurricane? Remember that?
Right? Yeah, or that.
Mm.
God damn it! This.
I don't
think
know
I
about
made
y'all.
the-
Y'all don't
I
think
made
that
the
was- y'all don't
comment
think that was
earlier.
genius? I mean, that's
Mm.
Okay.
just takes the whole hurricane and just spreads it out.
I'm convinced his
Yeah,
counselors.
the
and his
nuclear
advisors-
dust comes everywhere.
I know.
I'm tether. I'm convinced that Trump's advisors all graduated from some junior college somewhere.
Shit. Motherfuckers don't
He
even
is
have
still a
GEDs.
thing. I said this earlier, and I don't know why he's still a thing. I
Because
would have
he's a
thought.
thing.
I would have thought that the people who supported him, who say that they're Republicans, would have had a chance or had time to think, you know what, maybe we were wrong. And let's find somebody who's sane to lead us.
You
or lead
double down
Party.
when you're wrong and you have an ego. You double down.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I know. Yeah,
Thank you.
You're right. You are going to die on the hill that you created.
That's fine.
Mhm.
Let
which
them die.
is really just a mound of shit, and you don't know why.
I got a question. I'm sorry. I'm obviously behind. So everybody's saying we need to put cops on every school entrance, right?
Mhm.
Right.
What about churches, churches, malls?
Thank you.
Fucking
Thank you.
workplace.
Thank you.
Are we trying to turn it into a police state? Is that what
Well,
I mean, thank you, Rich, for saying that, but I don't want a police state. I want to
No.
go enjoy my drinks at Cantina and eat my bean and queso and black out. What the fuck?
that's a Monday. But like I was saying earlier, I was like they were talking about putting school resource officers or whatever at every school. Like, who are you going to get? Because our officers are busy. The thing that I don't like is when people say, "Oh, they just want to get rid of cops." Nobody wants to get rid of cops. We want to get rid of shitty cops.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
because we're short on cops. You gotta hire the shitty ones. But like, fine.
yeah.
Hire the shitty ones to shoot fucking domestic terrorists. There you go.
Ooh, Rob said something that brings warm feelings to my heart.
I took it down real quick because I don't want
Oh
to get
my
canceled by
God!
the
Can
church.
we praise Jesus?
I am 1,000% on board with that, because right now, I'm not gonna lie, and hey, some churches do great things, but
I agree.
some
Which
people
one?
are piling money in the box of a church just
Name
because
one.
That guy that locked the doors when the flood was going
Joel
on and wouldn't let
Osteen.
nobody in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. No, bitch. No.
And I'm not knocking any mega church or anything, because there's some
Right.
that actually
There are
do
some that
great-
actually do good
do
work. I would
very
agree.
good
Which
work.
one?
But-
Name one. Y'all ain't named one yet.
Hopewell
I ain't a
Baptist
part of
in
no mega
Atlanta,
church, so I guess that's
Atlanta,
kinda why I
Georgia.
don't-
No, we're just saying, no, there's some that they do the right work.
Yeah, like
And I'm not gonna
Okay.
yeah, there's some that do the right work, but there's some it's kind of like, you always on the wrong side.
No, man.
You got a jet, huh?
Ain't even
Okay.
that. Like,
Okay.
Where's that going?
Dollar.
Don't be begging the congregation for the money for your jet if it bothers me.
Prepo dollar. Fuck TD Jakes. Fuck.
Nigga's last name is Dollar.
I ain't
Like,
got no
how can
problem
you?
with TD Jakes.
Hey, what's the dude who keeps buying his wife a Lambo every time he cheats?
Oh, the fat
John
guy.
Ray? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fat guy.
Hey,
Yeah.
leave TD Jakes alone. As far as I know, TD Jakes is
I
one
ain't
of the
got no
only
problem with
guys
TD
we got
Jakes.
left. We
I ain't
can't
got
put
no
him in that
problem with
number.
TD Jakes.
Are you sure?
We
I
can't put
can't.
him in that number.
I ain't got
Yeah,
no
as
problems
far
with
as
him.
I know, he's one of the last ones we got.
Problems with him. So
Okay,
that would have been the one I'm
okay,
talking
man, I'm
about.
down with the
I ain't
positive
never heard.
Yeah.
I've never heard anything about him.
I still
Not
listen
once.
to TD, and he's all I got.
Mhm.
So
All right, I'll give you that. But I mean, there's so many mega churches in general. It's like y'all not paying no kind of goddamn taxes.
explain. I need somebody to, and I don't know if y'all can do it or if I just got to find somebody to do it. But explain to me why churches aren't taxed.
I don't have an answer.
Is it the whole separation between church and state thing?
No, that's
There,
not it. That's
part of it, I think it's like it has to do with them being a nonprofit. But there's also like,
Nonprofit.
but there's also
profit my ass.
yeah, there's. Let me see here.
I'm not googling shit right now. I had to catch up, so I'm drunk now.
Wait, you had to.
Who you catching up to? Because I ain't drinking a damn thing.
Well, no,
First Baptist
no,
Church owns an entire city block 800 feet from the state house and pays 0 tax dollars.
Yeah, it's in part of their nonprofit status.
Okay, so I mean, I've been telling Chicky a long time I should preach and we can make money, but she's like, nah.
She not getting struck by lightning for you? The hell?
Yeah, hell no. Religion is
Listen,
not
if these
taxable.
other motherfuckers ain't get struck by lightning, I'm good.
Oh, they are. Right when they think they about to step through those pearly gates. Pow, pow, pow.
Get your ass out of here. Go on now.
Go on,
Go on
boy.
now, Pastor Gray. Now go on now.
Guan? Wow, you sound like Mike.
I mean, I
Go on now.
feel like I'm not gonna make it anyway, so might as well.
And that ain't even the whole sentence. The whole sentence is go on away from around here.
You know, you country when you say daggum and guan.
Go on from
Yeah,
around
they know
here.
dadgum in my family. It's Geechee in my family.
Churches should be taxed at higher rates. All right, we're at 105. Anybody got any shotgun topics? Anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to
I have a question for somebody, but it's
I have
more
a
so
couple things.
just I want their impression. So
Oh, I am.
have you seen Top Gun?
I did just now. That's why I'm late.
Yay or nay? That's all I need to know.
Yay.
Like yay.
No.
Or
So
yay.
yeah.
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
all right, cool. That's all I need.
I can elaborate vaguely.
Okay.
Shit is
I
a
mean,
blowout.
just don't spoil it. But
No, of course not. No, of course not. No. So, what was going on in the 80s? Absolutely nothing. We were not at war with anyone. We had Cold War, but I mean, was anybody really going to do anything? No.
AIDS,
Okay.
AIDS was, yes, we were at war with AIDS and black people,
white people.
drugs, and white people.
Studio
And
Studio
Mexicans were
50 something.
Studio.
No, that was the 70s.
Or, come on, get it right.
No, I don't know.
Well, it might have
Crack.
been, and then cocaine was a big thing.
Sesame
But-
Street.
Sesame, oh god damn it, Big Bird.
Miami Vice.
My, God damn it, Miami. But what we really
Kevin Hart.
God, shut up.
Damn it!
Yet? I don't know.
No,
Anyway.
go ahead.
Military, politically, we were not at war with it. We had Grenada,
Cold
which was
War.
3 days.
We had
Right.
Cold War. That's
okay.
We had Panama, which was a week, and they weren't firing on us. We were just trying to get Noriega. That's it. So Top Gun, the first one was strictly propaganda. It was a strictly propaganda. We are not in that time right now.
Yeah, nothing is
You're not-
propaganda. It's all real
We're
shit.
not in propaganda now. Like we can go after Iraq, Afghanistan. There's Chechnya. There's so many people we can still go after right now. So this is not a propaganda movie, but I feel like it's closing the loop.
Okay.
There's some movies that you just need to stop at one. This gets a pass. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. I've heard this is like one of the first times where someone like revived a sequel and did it right.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
That's good
All right.
enough.
I'm seeing it tomorrow.
I want to say one thing. We need the petition. Tom Cruise don't need to have fucking shirt off any goddamn more.
He look like old man with his shirt off.
Man, he got cellulose, whatever it's called. He's got that shit around his ribs. Chill out, motherfucker. Your titties sagging like you was breastfeeding. Chill out, motherfucker.
He's 70. What y'all expect a 70-year-old man to look like?
He's
but-
not 70.
okay.
God damn it.
But do you want to see him without a shirt on?
I don't want to see no man without a shirt on.
You okay? But when you watch porn, you watch motherfuckers without a shirt
We've
on.
been to the
That's okay.
pools in Vegas, you liar. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't want to see a dude with a shirt on.
I'm just
If the
saying.
dude got his shirt off.
Ryan,
I'm looking
like,
at the
I'm
chick
playing.
titties in the video if
Right,
I'm watching
but-
porn.
okay, Tom Cruise has udders. What the fuck, man? That's all I'm saying.
Oh, man, the man got udders. You called him a heifer?
I
I
did.
hate y'all.
It tells you that in the previews. I don't know what he's talking about.
All right, y'all. Was that it? Was that everybody?
That's it. That's all I have.
Shout out to Steve Kerr. Shout out to everybody.
the real
who
one.
was,
Steve Kerr has a lifetime invitation to the cookout.
But
He always
Because he
has.
has
His
a lifetime-
family put him in that situation. To
Oh,
where
yeah.
It's always been about the right thing to do right by all types of people.
I mean,
We watching the game Predator King.
if you don't like, I feel like we need to talk about his origin
this?
story per se.
Yeah, we
talk
can.
with his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
We can
how
real quick.
shitty American.
Well, real quick, you got to say who Steve Kerr is and how did this come about?
Oh, Steve Kerr's a white guy.
Oh my god, that's so sad.
Well, yes.
Damn
It was
so
implied when we said invited to the cookout. It was implied.
So he's obviously well. If you're not obvious, dumb, but he's the coach of the Golden State Warriors, who are in the Western Conference Finals right now.
About to be the NBA Finals.
The NBA
Fortunately.
Finals. I'm sorry, thank you, Nick. The NBA Finals. So he's coaching a bunch of black dudes. Okay. But he's always been. If these guys are saying he's invited to the cookout, obviously he's good. Obviously does not like Kerr, so I don't understand, but whatever.
He's about to explain it to you, fam.
So Kerr's father, when he was a kid still, was the head of the starts with a B.
Beirut.
I'm sorry, American University in Beirut. Thank you, Rich.
In Lebanon.
In Lebanon. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
In the 80s, where we had, I just said we didn't have no wars, but we did have beef with Lebanon.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the president of the University for Americans there, yada, yada. And he was killed by a gunman. Was it 84?
Something like that. And real quick, he took over that position because, the previous president had gotten kidnapped and disappeared.
Got kidnapped by the Red, not the Red.
By the jihad in that area.
Yes. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, Steve Kerr's life was at a very young age, yes, I understand, like a lot of us, but he was privileged, so he doesn't get what we get. He was touched by violence at an early age, but that affected him. And as a shooting guard or a point guard at Arizona State, University of Arizona, he played in college.
Mm-hmm.
And this shows how shitty. This is why I'm a dropout.
And this was their rival, Arizona State. I know that's who they were playing when this happened. I know you.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
And I dropped out because college kids are shitty because they would say Beirut whenever Steve Kerr touched the ball in college to talk shit to mock his father dying. Y'all carry on, man. I'm fucked up right now.
No, it's annoying, but pretty much at Arizona State, I think the first time they played after his father died, they chanted Beirut, and they actually chanted the name of the
gunman. Yeah,
of the gunman or the group of gunmen who had did it. They chanted their name while he was playing. But the nifty thing about it is, in the first half, first half, he had 20 points, went 6 of 6 from 3 to cut their ass.
Yeah,
just to prove a point. But the reason we say he invited to the cookout because his speech he had before the game on Tuesday, pretty much what are we gonna do? And he actually brought up the point that the Republicans, 50 of them, because we're split in the Senate, pretty much are holding us hostage just to keep power when it comes to gun laws, and because there is a bill that's been out there for 2 years that they refuse to sign because he's right. They want to remain in power. They want to get money from the NRA. They want to not lose their votes. They want to keep the money pouring into their campaigns, aka their pockets. But and he stated a good point that I've heard outside of that, 90% of people want background checks. People with guns, people who are crazy about guns, people who don't give a fuck about guns want background checks.
I'll pull my guns out right now and I'll say I want background checks.
So he made a good point. And pretty much he did not want to talk about basketball. And he pretty much left after about 2 to 3 minutes. He taled about that and he was out.
Thank you, Rob.
They didn't win that game, but hey, he won me for that night. So.
He gets
my respect.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say something.
You pumping yourself up? What's going on?
Yeah, I was because I forgot what I was gonna say. You said they keep blocking that bill.
Mm-hmm.
You know what else? What other bill they're blocking? There was a bill put forth where they wanted to set up a department in DOJ to monitor domestic violence, domestic terrorism.
Yep.
And they said, nope, we're not voting.
Wait, DOJ or CDC? No. CD. Oh, matter of fact, DOJ, but CDC, they won't really quick. They won't study the effects of
gun violence.
Gun violence.
Yeah,
there you go.
because they're not considered like like an epidemic. That's what they.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, what does it? Holy fuck, man! Do you understand that there are people who have PTSD that have never been in a combat zone, but they've been in a fucking mass shooting?
That's what I'm saying. Or live in certain areas where stuff like that happens all the time.
Yes. Well,
or black.
I was implying that, but thank you, Brian.
Well, I mean, we get
or
it.
brown. There you
I
go.
mean, you could be on the backsides of certain trailer parks, and I don't know, man.
I mean,
I was about to say it. Gun violence is not necessary. I mean, it is statistically speaking something that happens in lower income communities.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think about it, anyone across that diaspora,
think about this. There was a young lady that I know that was walking home the other day, and something was happening with the cops across the street where she was walking. The cop approached her while she was walking by with her child, put his hand on his gun, and asked her, "Is there a problem?"
What the fuck you mean? Is there a problem?
See,
so she made it to the house and lost her shit, like crying and screaming and yelling because it's so traumatic just knowing that you can't even. We used to be afraid of gangs and drive-bys and bullshit and getting in the middle of domestic issues, but the people that are out here is supposed to be protecting us scare us more than anybody because we know they can do what they have to do and get away with it.
I wouldn't say do what they have to, do what they want to.
Well, do what they want to do.
Yeah, there are so many ways around the body cam or the dash cam. It's just it's scary, man.
Yep.
And
I watched Candyman the other night. And one of the cops, I don't know if y'all watched it already.
Hey, Brian, what you watch?
The Candyman. Nope. I ain't even fucking with that shit. I ain't even got a mirror in here. I ain't fucking with that shit. But like one of the police shot him and then put his girl in the car and was like, "You saw it, right?" He was getting up, but like the dude was already down. He wasn't moving, but the cop came in and shot him. He was like, "You saw it, right?" He was getting up and he came at me, and I didn't have any choice but to shoot him. That's how you're gonna get home tonight.
Shit.
So it's like that's that shit, man. That's that stuff that we have to deal with every day. And for people to say like, "Oh well, Blue Lives Matter and bullshit," I'm like, you don't have to deal with half of the things we do.
I think this needs to be said, and I don't know if we've said this before. And I don't have to co-sign, but I don't fucking care. Okay. Do Blue Lives Matter? I got a lot of law enforcement friends that I'd say.
I don't know no Smurfs, so I've never seen a blue life.
So let me finish this point. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Or Avatar.
Or avatars, yeah. All lives matter. Yeah, sure. All lives matter. Black lives matter. Fucking right. But if anybody in any of those categories cross me the wrong way, their particular life don't fucking matter to me.
I'm not disagreeing. You gotta save yourself.
Right. Y'all motherfuckers keep not y'all like y'all, but people
Blue Fire Predator King, Blue Fire Predator King, Blue Fire.
Like people keep generalizing, and I get it, but at the same time, I know that there are people in the military that have done some terrible shit. There's, I mean, do I say all military lives matter? There's some people who were raped other people, men, women, regardless, and yeah, they don't need to be alive. Mm-hmm. So I'm not gonna generalize that shit. That's all I'm saying.
This remote is the most lost thing.
So you saying you going?
Oh, the Apple TV remote? Yes, sir. Oh, it is.
But you're right, Sosa. I got you, Sosa. There is no blanket sentence that should cover everybody like that. But when I sit here and I say Black Lives Matter, that means we should have a chance to exist.
Of course.
Just as much as the next person. And I don't see how that sentence can evolve into anything else.
I was just trying to clarify my stance, but
I got you.
100% agree. But when Candace Owens says some stupid shit, you know what, bitch, go sit down.
She still needs some wee wee. That's all she needs.
Hold on a second. Wait a minute.
I'm just saying.
Gotta serve her a meat pie. Cream.
And I think I need to plead the fifth on this, but there's ways around a shootout. Predator King is all I'm saying.
Sosa, you already said you should plead the fifth.
Let me stop.
Fifth.
You ain't got to explain no more.
I only got one more thing to say before we go off of here is fuck Herschel Walker, and that's all we need to say.
Oh my God.
No.
We need
for another time.
No. We ain't. No. Let's save that. You know what? Let that one marinate a little bit because I got a feeling more stupid is gonna come out of his mouth nowadays.
That's all you gotta say. So don't talk about it.
Yep.
I swear to God, just let me just say. After hearing it twice, I need to learn cursive again.
Save it. We can save it.
I need to learn cursive.
He's gonna say more during the week. I guarantee you.
Oh, there's a lot of dirt that's been out there on him, so it's confusing how he made it this far.
But anyway, you guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming in and keeping us company and allowing us to keep you company. It's been amazing. It's been a good show. We're gonna see y'all next Thursday, same bat time, same bat channel, right here. What? Okay. So, I got you.
Novocaine.
All right, y'all. We'll holler at y'all next week. Peace.
So, sing a song.